Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So on today's episode, we are going to be responding to Hadan's video titled The Boss Bee Epidemic, Why Men Are Walking Away from Dating. So guys, don't forget to go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. And without further ado, let's just jump right in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
So, I am leaving my house right now. Don't know when I'll be back today. Apparently, my dad saw some of my videos on my TikTok, and in an effort to try and, I guess, understand where I was coming from or clear up things, escalated into an argument.
How many fathers would feel totally embarrassed if they saw what their daughters post on TikTok and Instagram? And not only the fathers, but the mothers as well. It's ironic because if these women had daughters, they wouldn't want them to be acting the way they themselves do. Yet, apparently, there is zero accountability when they do these fatherless behaviors.
If you want a man to completely surrender to you and fall to his knees for you, you have to completely surrender to your feminine energy. Meaning, you have to let that man be a man. You have to leave room for that man to feel like a man, to chase you, to hunt for you, to hunger for you, for him to show you that he's worthy of your time and energy.
I love how it all comes back to, you know, the men having to do the chasing, the men having to put in all the effort, the men having to prove themselves to these women. And guys, a lot of these statements are coming from women who are, you know, getting older. They're looking for a guy who's going to do all of the chores for them. They're not looking for love. They're looking for a guy who's going to live in servitude for her. And yet she's trying to frame it as though that's somehow divine feminine energy.
Okay? And whenever you do this, and whenever you leave room for him to be a man and feel like a man, right? By giving him finally your attention, your compliments, right? Your softness, bitch, you win.
A funny fact about cheetahs is that they have a limited distance that they can chase their prey, because after that the energy consumed to continue the chase outweighs the energy restored by the prey. So essentially, the juice is not worth the squeeze. The same happens with men. They are willing to chase, they are willing to be gentlemen, to be romantic, to give you their time and heart and to provide, and the whole shebang. But the question is, what is the prize? If the prize is some leftovers from other chads, we are not interested. If the prize is a second boss at home, we are not interested. If the prize is an entitled, narcissistic, bossy, selfish female dog, the juice is not worth the squeeze.
A boss chick doesn't come with feminine energy.
What does she come with?
And so,
Be quiet, Joy.
according to how we are defining a boss chick today, she does not come with feminine energy.
Men stay telling on themselves when it comes to how often they choose the wrong women. You mean to tell me out of all the bad bitches in the world, you happen to choose the one with the attitude problem, and now suddenly all women who are bad bitches have an attitude problem? Men are.
Yes, no woman who proclaims herself as a bad bee is dating material.
And that's a fact.
Extremely frustrated by the fact that we no longer allow them to define what it means to be a woman anymore. See, men don't get to choose what femininity is to us. Femininity to them means we have decorum, elegance, and grace. When we shut those things off, they classify that shit as masculinity, when really, we just know how to turn that shit off. That's why.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can define femininity however you want. It's not going to help you get a boyfriend or a husband. And also, just because you choose to define it a different way doesn't actually mean that's what it means. If you're a boss bee, that is being mutually exclusive with a feminine woman. Like, you cannot be feminine and a boss babe at the same time. They are opposites. I don't care how you define it in your head. I don't care how many times you try and reword it. Men are not interested in masculine, argumentative women. It's really quite simple, guys. Like, I don't get it how a lot of these women, they don't seem to understand or care what men want, which is fine. Okay, but don't come crying to men when you're the one who's 40 years of age and you're still single and you can't find a good man to take care of you.
I tell y'all, femininity coaching is a scam because these women are teaching you how to be more appealing to men. They're not teaching you what femininity is or what it means to be a woman. You get to decide what that is.
Yeah, guys, you get to decide what it means to be a woman. You get to decide, hell, you get to decide what every word means. That's not how things work. I don't get to sit here and define what being an aeroplane is, you know? But like, some of these individuals seem to think, oh, well, I'm just going to manifest it, right? I'm just going to reimagine whatever word means because that's how I feel in a particular moment. Sorry, that's not how it works. And, you know, you can pretend that's how it works. You can pretend all day, try and change the definitions. But at the end of the day, men are not interested in dating you, no matter how you choose to define it.
When you don't fall in line with the cookie cut way that society describes a woman, that's when men start getting frustrated. Because
they don't get frustrated. They just walk away from you. They just choose not to date you. It's the women who are the ones who end up frustrated when they're 30 years of age. You know, they're incredibly spiteful. They don't like men at all. Okay, it's really interesting how she turns it completely backwards.
that definition was something that they created. So the second you start getting a level of independence, autonomy, then it becomes a problem. And for the record, going out there, getting your own money, having your career, that is not you being masculine. And just because you go out there.
Yes, it is. And by the way, nobody cares if you go out and do these things. If you want to go be a career babe and, you know, climb the corporate ladder, that's awesome for you. You know, go ahead. Nobody's saying that you shouldn't do that. It's just that when you bring masculine energy, when you come around, you're argumentative, you're bossy, you know, you think that you're better than other people because you earn more money, of course men are not going to want to date you. This isn't even a discussion about, you know, oh, you shouldn't go out there and make money. You can go out and make money if you want. Just don't expect it to be able to land you a man in the same way that a dude with a lot of money, you know, has a higher likelihood of landing a woman.
There and get those things doesn't give you permission to emasculate a man. Please be aware that there are insecure men out there who feel uncomfortable with the concept of you going out there and doing your own thing, because it takes away from them. They want to go back to the traditional way of living because they were the only ones who benefited then. And a lot of them don't have anything else to bring to the table but money. It requires that they have to do more than just provide.
Yeah, guys, apparently men were the only ones who benefited from the traditional version of society, not the stay-at-home women who got to stay home, not fight in wars, not go out and work to provide for the family. You know, you could stay at home and you can make the home and take care of kids. Guys, there are so many women these days who literally complain because they don't want to be out here working, they don't want to be working a corporate 9 to 5, and who can blame them? You know, women definitely had, yes, they had their roles and their duties, but a lot of women would trade places in an instant to be able to go back to those times. Now, even if you want to, you can't for the average person because you're out here trying to work 2 jobs just to provide for yourself. Meanwhile, you're sending off your kid to, you know, some little indoctrination camp that the government owns. Like, congratulations on your liberty, I suppose.
And half of them don't even know what to do. And it's okay to want to build with a man instead of asking him to build for you.
Men want to go to the traditional ways of living because women were more pleasant. Women like traditional men, and men are traditional. Men want traditional women, but women are not traditional. So we got the short end of the stick. You see, darling, women like tall men, men who can provide, men who are ambitious, men who are in shape, men who are problem fixers. No matter how much a short, better, overweight, simp, pathetic loser and coward calls himself masculine, he will not be in the eyes of women. So the same happens with men. You can call yourself whatever you like, but if you are not feminine to our likings, you will not be worthy of our attention. The level of entitlement is through the roof. Who are you to tell men what is feminine and what not? It's like going to a trade and saying, I will sell you this load of crap and you will pay me $2,000. And when the other person tells you, Well, that bunch of crap ain't worth more than $50 and you're asking me $2,000 for you to say, well, in my eyes it does cost $2,000. Nobody cares what you think and how you see femininity. Men will be the judge of that, since we are the quote-unquote consumers of your femininity.
Ladies, if your standards are not up to the fucking stratosphere, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear no more crying, no more complaining, none of that shit. It's 2021. How are you women letting these men play with you like fidget spinners? I just don't understand. Do you not know about your power of suggestion? Your power of manifestation? Your power of persuasion?
I swear, guys, if I hear the word manifestation one more time, guys, I'm going to lose my mind. I swear to you, it's only modern women who can get away with using words like this and think that it somehow makes sense. You know, I'm just going to sit in my room and I'm going to manifest my Prince Charming, which, by the way, guys, whenever you see videos of girls talking about how other women need to have, you know, very high standards and have better standards that they set for men, these are the women who literally set the lowest standards for the men that they're attracted to. Every time I see a list of like, oh, here are all the things that men need to do in order to get me, because I have all these high standards, and she's like 30 years of age, you just know that she has absolutely no standards for the men that she's actually attracted to.
Your power of seduction? Do you
Notice how the first thing that comes to her mind when talking about female power is power of suggestion, manifestation, persuasion, and seduction, which are all closely related to manipulation and using intercourse as a weapon. She implied it.
Do you not understand that you are literally a portal between life and death? You can literally stop humanity whenever the fuck you want. You're gonna sit here and tell me that you're crying about Kevin? You're crying because you feel inferior? Inferior where? Some women won't understand this, but most of you are. It's time to let those standards up to the fucking stratosphere and I'll come down from there.
Do you know what the problem with raising women's standards up to the stratosphere is? That they are already in the exosphere. They are right there on the edge of outer space. How much more will you raise them? Also, can you please stop showering yourself with all this? We bring life to this earth. We are a portal between life and death. We can stop humanity whenever we want. Have you finished 3rd grade, miss? Because last time I checked, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but you need both a man and a woman to create a baby. Men could stop humanity from existing as well if you wanted. But thank you guys for enduring today's episode with me. I'm considering adding a red flag counter on my videos, which will basically represent the amount of red flags we go through in each episode. So please leave me a comment of whether you like the idea or not, and I will see you in the next one.
Guys, that's the end of today's video. Don't forget to go and subscribe to Hadan, but I actually wanted to show you one more thing while we were here. Speaking of expectations being in the exosphere, okay, check this out. We have a dating profile that was sent to me, and it was, this is a girl who, I don't know what application this is. I'm going to assume it's something like Plenty of Fish. I don't recognize this. But this is a woman, as you can see in the top left, who is 46 years of age, okay? So she's on a dating application at 46. As you can see, we have some photos of here. And let's just take a look at how she describes herself, okay? So her details are, she's pro-choice, she's a woman, she's straight, she's monogamous. Guys, I don't understand. Riddle me this, okay? You're a 46-year-old woman. You could have had many relationships in your life, but somehow you're monogamous and single. Like, you're not monogamous if you've gone through 30 dudes. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. So she's 5'7", and she's put herself in the curvy category, which basically means she's unhealthy. She's politically liberal, she's Caucasian, she's English, she has a graduate degree at university, she's employed full-time, and she's got a star sign in here. She's a Libra, as if anyone gives a crap. So she says, try and hold in the laughter, guys, okay? I'm looking for an equal and someone who will inspire me. I will not settle for less. Quality is the investment, and I'm now ready to make time for the man I've been holding out for. If you are him, please send me a message because I don't see likes. And I don't know what this means. So she's looking for an equal, but simultaneously, she's looking for someone who she can look up to, right? Bear in mind, we're already contradicting ourselves here. She will not settle for less. And again, this is a 46-year-old woman saying this. She's saying that she's now ready for the man that she's been holding out for. So now she's ready for a dude who's going to come and sweep her off her feet and treat her well after she's done with all the bad boys. That is crazy. She says, I am a very passionate person. I crave physical touch from my partner. I am a complicated person. Isn't that what you want to hear in your partner, guys? You know, you're going out there, you're going to find a girlfriend or a wife or whatever, and they describe themselves as a complicated person. Yeah, I can't see how that would possibly be problematic in any sense. And intimacy is in layers, not applications. Okay, she's a Aristotle over here. I love to be outdoors and connected with nature. I was raised by hippies on a working cattle and quarter horse farm. I am liberal, and if you aren't, we won't mesh. I raise my own vegetables. Like, who cares, man? What? Who tells these women how to write these dating applications? I raise my own vegetables. I love gardening. I have chickens, etc., and want to share that with someone who enjoys the same. I appreciate a man who can get his hands dirty while still smelling nice. Pheromones are legit. I'm attracted to tall, dark, muscular, well-groomed, manly men with nice smiles and kind eyes, but then again, who the F isn't? I'm not superficial, but if you aren't at least 5'11", I won't be attracted and I don't want to make time, I think is what it says down there. So guys, if you're not essentially 6 foot plus, tall, dark, handsome, muscular, well-groomed, etc., who will help her take care of what sounds like her farm, and you have to be a liberal woman, I mean, you have to be a liberal man, excuse me, then don't hit her up, guys. So, and again, this is coming from someone, she wants a guy who's muscular, over 6 foot, and she's described herself as curvy in the thing. Which, guys, like, basically just means you're unhealthy. It doesn't mean, like, curvy in the nice sense. It means curvy in the sense that, you know, you eat a little bit too much and you don't take care of yourself. It says here, so she's written this as well, before I go on a date with someone, I need to know that you are kind with a great sense of humor, intelligent, well-educated, and underlined here it says, at least my level, at my level, i.e. at minimum, a graduate degree or PhD. So this is someone who, she won't even, you have to have a minimum education requirement to date her. Which, by the way, guys, these universities and the degrees that they hand out are completely useless oftentimes. But if you cook well, and you don't mind that I don't like to cook, then we can negotiate. Isn't that... Yeah, guys, fantastic. So she doesn't cook either. Gainfully employed, a good listener, these are things that you have to be still, and an effective communicator, even if the topic isn't comfortable. So you have to sit there and take insults, and you have to sit there and be berated, essentially, is what that means. Interested in giving back, you have to give money to her. No hard D use, healthy in general, but not gym obsessed. Yeah, guys, so you have to be big and muscular, but not gym obsessed. Okay. You have to be into nature, you have to like animals and children, and by this I don't mean tolerate them. I mean you light up when a dog or a kid come into the room like any decent human being. You have to be good to your mother, and if you have, and then blah, 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 it just continues to go on. Guys, this is what Hadan is talking about in his video when he's referencing the fact that women's expectations are way into outer orbit here. You know, this is, again, this is coming from a girl who's 5'7". 5'7", you have to be 6 foot plus, muscular, you know, all this kind of crap just to get her attention. You have to be quote-unquote well-educated, and then they wonder why men don't want to date them. Absolute insanity, man. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to go and subscribe to Hadan for putting together today's video. And as always, guys, make sure that you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.